today is Friday, which is our free day before the guys compete at the Shiai. Now, the hotel where we're staying gives you a voucher for breakfast at the restaurant right downstairs, which has a friendly robot who brings the food to your table. It's amazing. Check it out. That's how breakfast is delivered in my hotel. But honestly, other than the fact that a robot kitty waiter brings you your food, breakfast was a little bit underwhelming, at least compared to the last hotel. But the reason we chose this hotel was not only because it was right next to the Kodokan, but also because it had a laundromat on the same floor that we were staying. And it was time for me to do some laundry. So after breakfast, I went upstairs, and after spending 2 hours and about 400 yen, my clothes still were not dry. The dryers had all stopped working. So the hotel staff took my basket of wet clothes down to the office and they hung them up in the courtyard to dry. They said, just come back that evening and get them after they're dry. So after wasting hours trying to do my laundry, I decided to grab lunch at a ramen shop across the street and then pop over and check out the Kodokan Museum while my laundry was drying and while the others were out wandering around Tokyo Dome City. In the meantime, I also came across this European-themed bakery whose name, I gotta say, made me chuckle. I mean, poor chef. So here at the Kodokan, this is the largest dojo in the world. 8 floors, 5, 6, and 7 are dojo floors. The second floor is the Jigoro Kano Museum. So we're gonna walk through and I'm gonna show you a little bit of what the museum of the founder of judo, Dr. Jigoro Kano. Fun fact, if you look at the famous picture of the Olympics in Germany, where the Black American athletes beat Hitler's super athletes, there's a famous picture, I'll put it on the screen here, but in the background, there's a little Japanese guy in a suit standing there. And that is Dr. Jigoro Kano, who was one of the the inventor of judo and a huge international figure in Japan sports education. And so judo is the art that he founded, judo, gentle way. So we're going to take a look at the Kodokan Museum and Library. So that's Dr. Jigoro Kano. So here we go. All these artwork by kids about judo. Check a look. Not sure what's going on here. Looks like a very painful foot is getting wrapped. So here visitors can try on a judo gi. This is actually what jiu-jitsu and karate all use forms of the gi, but judo gis are much thicker, heavier because you're pulling, you're throwing, all that kind of stuff. Jiu-jitsu gis are slimmer usually. So if you see a jiu-jitsu gi, are more tailored, slimmer, the sleeves aren't as big or baggy. And there's reasons for that based on the rules of jiu-jitsu versus the rules of judo. These are the tatami straw mats. They're not soft, actually. There's just enough cushion to keep you from dying. But if you train on modern mats, you'll very much appreciate that if you ever feel these. Yeah, not soft at all. Hey, Sensei Jimmy Pedro, had the pleasure of meeting him. If you've ever trained on Fuji mats or you wear a Fuji gi in jiu-jitsu, this is whose company that is. So the first room had more of the modern judo information. This is some of the more historic stuff. So this is pretty cool. We'll start this way and go around. So, Disciple Dojo viewers, you may notice that there's a picture of an old woodblock artwork with Hebrew overlaid from scripture, but the artwork, the Japanese artwork itself, is actually adaptation of this. This is the artwork that encapsulates Disciple Dojo. So you have the sensei watching, and then all of the students training. And when you go in the actual Kodokan, we were training last night, there's a seat up at the front. And the picture of Dr. Jugoro Kano sort of commemorating that up at the front. And then down below, that's where the sensei would sit and watch. Down below is where all the training takes place. So you can very much see this architecture in traditional judo dojos. But if you've ever wondered where the Disciple Dojo imagery comes from, this is where it comes from. After the Kodokan Museum, I had the rest of the afternoon free, so I took a chance to walk around the Tokyo Dome City area, kind of like a place for shopping and amusement parks and attractions. Very touristy, but very busy and very cool. So check this out. We're in the middle of Tokyo, and I mean, just like all around buildings, people, cars, trains, and there's a river that runs through. And I want you to look at this. Not one piece of debris, not one empty soda bottle, not one piece of plastic, not one piece of trash in this river in the middle of the city. I've never seen anywhere as clean as Tokyo. A major city this clean, never, not once. There's not even a scrap. Like, okay, there's one little bottle, one plastic bottle it looks like over there, and that's it. I mean, you would be able to walk on this in a lot of American places, and especially like India, China, other places. Like you'd be able to walk on there, be so much trash. It's unbelievable how clean Japan is. Unbelievable. Amazing. Yeah, one trash bottle in this entire area. This is one of the first times that I've seen Pepsi in a vending machine. Almost everything has been Coke. And this is a drink I don't think is going to catch on in America. Pocari Sweat. Marketing team will have a tough time with that one. There's another one that's amazing. They don't have it in this vending machine. It's so good. Ethan got it and was like, this is really good. And he bought a bunch more. And that one is called cow piss. Not cow piss, but cow piece. So I don't think that will catch on in America either, but it's really good. Cow piss water, or Kalpiku water. Yeah, really good. And I had one, I can't remember, the grape flavor here. Things that are grape flavored are really good. It's different than grape flavored in America that just tastes like purple. This actually tastes like white grapes. Good stuff. Fruit here is like a delicacy. So that's one thing that coming back from Japan is gonna give me a much greater appreciation for fruit, because the way that fruit is treated here is like Godiva chocolate in America. Like you can give somebody an apple as a gift and it'll be wrapped in styrofoam with a ribbon and I mean, maybe not. Well, yeah, a really good apple, I guess. But like pears and peaches are treated as if they are made of gold. So it's pretty wild. But yeah, I'm gonna appreciate fruit a lot more when I get back. Oh, here's the Jump shop. Let's go check out Shonen Jump shop in Tokyo Dome. For those who don't know, Shonen Jump is a long-running manga magazine in Japan, and a ton of the really popular manga and anime characters and intellectual property has come from Shonen Jump. And a friend of mine had asked me, said, hey, if you're over there and you find anything cool that's Dragon Ball Z related, I'll pay you good money for it. So I hopped in and yeah, they had tons of Dragon Ball stuff, vinyl figurines and toys and stickers. It was nuts. Vinyl figures, really big here in Japan. A lot of vinyl, not action figures, but vinyl figures. Pay attention to this vending machine in particular. It's going to make an appearance later in this episode. And then these capsule, forgot the name, but these, yeah, like bubblegum machines, but with a bunch of stuff, toys, collectibles, things like that. Definitely need the Kinnikuman protein bar. If you remember in America, these were called mussels. And if you're under 40, you don't remember that in America. So I ended up getting a Dragon Ball Z sticker and a couple of gacha balls with some Kinnikuman figures in them, which immediately took me back to my second grade days collecting mussels. Then it was back to the hotel to pick up my laundry and have my evening dinner of rice balls and grape tea. Saturday was the day of the Shiai. So after a morning over at Tokyo Dome, including a crazy haunted house and a return to the Jump store to try and win this Dragon Ball Z figure from my friend Mike, which I got so close to winning in only 5 tries, but ultimately failed, we decided to get over to the Kodokan a little early so that our guys could meet up with Tommy for a last-minute etiquette review session. TC and I went up to the 8th floor, which is the spectator area, and got ready to watch the day's competition. This was my first time ever seeing live judo. And as I said in the last episode, the Kodokan is extremely formal and ceremonial. So it was very interesting for me to take a bird's eye view and watch how the tournament was run, especially compared to all of my experience with jiu-jitsu tournaments. Now, the Kodokan has these tournaments every month, and this is how students advance in ranks throughout their judo career, along with testing and class attendance. But you have to earn points by competing in the Shiai in order to get your promotions. Our students, this was their first time ever competing at the Kodokan, and we're not a judo school, so they did very well. They didn't win their matches, but just for getting out and competing on the home turf with all of these judo monsters, man, I was super impressed. And it also gave me some good ideas as an instructor when we get back on some things to focus on that I think will help make their game and my game better overall. It was really cool seeing all of this. And one thing about Kodokan competition that I thought was fascinating was when you win a match, you don't go out, you stay. It's kind of like King of the Mountain. You stay and you keep going against the next person. And there also aren't any weight classes. So you may go up against somebody your size, you may go up against somebody much bigger than you or much smaller than you. This is not like a paid tournament where there's trophies and medals and any of the prestige on the line. This is part of training. So you're competing against your teammates, you're competing against your classmates, and you're just literally having to prove yourself as you advance in the competition. It's very cool. I actually would love to see a jiu-jitsu competition that has a similar approach. One of the black belts at the Kodokan who I got to meet was Kotaro-san. Kotaro was a 3rd degree black belt, and he only needed 2 points to reach his 4th degree black belt. So we were cheering like crazy during his matches, hoping that he would get those 2 throws. He got 1, and then in his 2nd match, he came so close, but he only got a half point. So he will have to wait and come back at the next Shiai to earn that final half point to get his 4th degree black belt, which is a huge achievement, and I have no doubt that he will be a 4th degree black belt next month. After the competition, Kotaro took us over to Starbucks at Tokyo Dome for he and TC's traditional post-competition Starbucks drink. And speaking of drinks, it was there that I got to taste one of my least favorite things I've ever put in my mouth.
JM, we found this delicious, explain this real quick.
I thought it was tomato lemonade.
All right, so he's gonna try it. What's your review?
Not Yasuki desu. No. I want to say it. Suki desu arimasen. The weakest tomato soup you've ever had. Somebody squeezes a lemon in it. That's what it tastes like. Now, remember that vending machine I told you would come up later? Well, we went back, and I'll let TC help me tell the story. So we're leaving the jump store at Tokyo Dome, and earlier today, my friend Mike Atkins, what's up? He asked me, hey, if you can get me any Dragon Ball something, I'll pay you back for it. So I was like, yeah, I'll see what I can get you. So they had this machine, you put a 100 yen coin in, and you have to like press buttons and try to get a pair of scissors to cut a string. Very tiny, yeah, very tiny. So I was like, oh, this looks fun, it's skill, let me try. So I spent 5 tries and almost got it today.
500 yen.
500 yen, 5 coins, couldn't do it. So we're leaving, we're about to walk to a World War II memorabilia store. We just left after the Shiai at Kodokan. And so I tell these guys, like, hey, should I try it one more time? And
yeah, I jumped in. It was like, hey, if you want to try it again, I'll give you 100 yen. I want to see you play this game. Because
he wasn't there. He didn't see it.
I didn't get to see him play the game. So I get the 100 yen. We put it in. He gets this deep stance.
Oh, so the stance was key. The stance is key. I realized. Yeah. I got in a good, solid, deep horse stance.
Picture Goku powering up.
Yes, like it was like that.
The scissors closed, and after a suspenseful pause, boom!
Snip.
Victory!
So, yes. So we won. This is Fusion. This is past my time. I stopped watching Dragon Ball long before this. But Fusion God match Goku Vegeta something.
And of course, everybody in the store pauses. The men cheer. The women swoon.
It was rapturous.
The whole store was just people paused. Because it was such an incredible sight to see him win this out of the machine.
This pasty ginger foreigner. And there was a moment of pause where it closed on the scissors closed on the string, and I was like, what? And we all were looking, and then it cut through and it fell.
Oh, I wish you had the string out so we could show him the string.
Oh yeah, here's the string.
Here's the string, yeah.
So it cut through as this little thing, and it cut through the string. Snip. And it was hilarious because I jumped up and looked around, and the whole store was clapping. And probably laughing at me, but also clapping at the good fortune.
So you're probably asking yourself, why are we sharing this with you? Because this is the moment when he peaked.
Yeah, it's all downhill after this. It's all downhill. But Mike Atkins, this story is primarily for you. I don't know if I'm gonna give you this. Honestly, I may keep it and just give you the sticker that I was gonna give you.
Technically, I put the 100 yen in, so you might owe me 100 yen of the purchase price if you buy it from me.
Yeah, if you buy this from me, then I'm gonna tack on 100 yen, and that's gonna be the changer's fee. And then I'm gonna tack on the fee for travel to Japan, because you'd have to come to Tokyo to win this vinyl figurine. And you know,
it's in Japanese. The text is in Japanese.
Oh, that's what he's like super otaku, so he'll love that even more. So anyway, I'll let you decide how much it's worth to you, and we can negotiate. But there you go. That's the story of the epic, and is almost as epic as Ethan's. Also had a vending machine. His was the claw game, and he won not a vinyl Dragon Ball figurine, but what did you win, Ethan?
A bowl of ramen noodles.
A bowl, like a dried ramen?
Instant ramen.
Instant ramen is what he won, and likewise, I wasn't there for that. They all went crazy.
Well, we can send the videos of that one to you.
That we do have on video. Sadly, we did not get my epic Shonen Jump Store victory. So it wasn't like a victory at the Kodokan, it was better. That's what we got.
Yeah, he actually won.
Ow! Ooh! It had been a great day. Everybody was both tired and satisfied after a really fun-filled day, learning experience, growing experience. It was great, but it was time to head back to our hotel. However, there was one thing that awaited that we had not yet done, and that was a little thing called
Thunder Dolphin.
Yeah, literally, right across the street from us. On top, there was a roller coaster, and the name was Thunder Dolphin. And so, of course, Drew and I had to ride it. And we ended up getting the front seat. They didn't let you pick your seats, but lo and behold, we got the front seat. It was awesome. Anytime there's a roller coaster on top of a building in a city, you need to ride it, especially at night. So we rode it, it was a blast, and then we headed over to the Bunkyo Civic Center, which had an observation deck up on something like the 25th floor, where we ended the day with a beautiful view of Metro Tokyo.